Hi, Premali Guerreri, and I want to bring you an energy update and what to do with it. So we have some planetary energy going on that I have been hearing from a lot of people is causing them to feel some different ways. And one of them happens to be frustrated. So let me explain. We have Mercury Retrograde that starts today. It'll go for 3 weeks. And I want to give you a little bit of the truth around Mercury Retrograde. So it's going to mean something different for each and every one of you because Mercury actually represents something in particular for you. And it's also retrograding in the same area of life for a whole year's time, depending on where it lands in your chart. So for me, it happens to be landing in Path and Purpose this year. Maybe it's landing in your money houses, and maybe it's landing in your relationship houses or your spirituality houses. They're broader than that, but the thing is that it's kind of cool that it lands for a whole year in this kind of a placement for you personally. And what it helps you to do is take a closer look at that part of your life. Now, on a general level, that also means that Mercury represents business, our ability to evaluate, money falls into this area, finance, communication, technology, marketing, all fall under Mercury's domain, transportation as well. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it slows down. It takes a closer look at those things. But because it's slowing down, when it slows down, when it goes retrograde, and when it turns around to come out of retrograde, which is going to be on June 12th, in those times it's kind of wonky. It's not really stable for what it represents. It's a great time during any Mercury retrograde to remember to not take things so personally. Maybe to take a closer look at and evaluate your finances. And I would encourage you to do that. Are you manifesting the money that you want to be manifesting now? Is it time to manifest it differently? That's always a really good question too. And noticing what's working for you and what's not working for you so you can make adjustments to course correct and get back on course the way that you need to, that's right and true for you. Now, this could also be a place that's frustrating for you. In fact, let me just talk about, I was just working with somebody today, one of my clients, and so a Mercury retrograde always tends to hit her and things tend to fall apart during that time. She said it feels like she sort of gets sideswiped or like a brick drops on her, and in certain areas. And it does hit communication and business and her ability to feel supported in the world, which again comes back to what am I manifesting? What am I creating? Where's my team? And so we did some work to help her rewire so that she could embrace and receive the support she needs, and especially around her business, so she could move her business forward and do the work she loves to do. She does amazing work in the world. She has her own healing modality that she does. So she does deep soul work with people, but she needs support in this whole business, and I support her there, but she also has a team that hasn't been supporting her. So we cleared some beliefs with her and got her back on course so that she could support herself, make some different choices for herself, and then enlist the right kind of support for herself. So it's a time to relook at things. Is it working? Is it not working? I encourage you to take a look at what's working and what's not working. Again, in that area of finance for yourself, business, communication, okay, those areas in particular. Now, another aspect that's going on is Mercury takes on the flavor of anybody it's with. It's mercurial. It's very flexible. So it happens to be with the hot planet of Mars and the Sun. So it's heated up. And that's Mars's passion and inspiration, but it's also pissiness. And being opposite of Saturn right now, there's this push-pull of Saturn like slowing things down and putting the brakes on, and Mars going, come on, come on. So there's a bit of a tug of war there, which is kind of irritable. Now, the thing about that is I want you to notice, are you having start-stop? Are you having start-stop in any project? And especially it's going to be in anything it represents. Are you having a start-stop or things going slower than you want them to go? Take a deep breath. Get some patience. okay? I want you to have some patience. Patience doesn't mean waiting. It means slowing down and getting in sync with what's really happening and seeing what shifts might need to happen. Maybe there's a new choice for you to make now. Maybe it's a time for you to do something different in your business. Maybe it's a time for you to reevaluate your finances and to invest in a way that would be better for you to get the kind of support and guidance and direction, or maybe a new employee, the support that you need to actually keep you on track. Remember, that usually does take support. So the third, the one more aspect that we have going on, because there's a lot of planets at play in the party, and that is the sun. The great sun, our soul, has moved from the great constellation of Aries, and this is in Vedic astrology, which is going to be a little bit different than the Western astrology, the scientific Vedic astrology. It has moved from Aries, which is the sign that's all about me, and which is not a bad thing. It does need to be all about you a good part of the time, to the part of the chart where Taurus, all about we. We need to embrace both energies. And the thing about this is that it makes your ego sort of judgments might be coming up a little bit more. Maybe you find yourself a little bit quicker to judge something, or you're a little bit more irritable or get triggered with some of your old stuff. Could be happening. I had this happen a few days ago, and I noticed that I was just like really triggered, like thinking I was right. There is no right and wrong, okay? There might be my preference or opinion or somebody else's, and I really had to get that in check in a big hurry, because that makes me miserable real quick, and I'm not into being miserable at all. When you're right, somebody else has to be wrong, somebody loses, it's no fun for anybody. It's okay to have a preference, but let's not make other people wrong because you have a preference. So in order to overcome that and make the most use of this energy, I want to invite you just to ponder a few questions. And those questions are, if you have that trigger coming up for yourself, just take notice of, hey, what am I reacting to? Number one, what am I reacting to? What am I telling myself about this? I was telling myself I was right. You could be telling yourself someone else is wrong, or it should be a different way, or you're not good enough. What are you telling yourself? Number three, is it true? Is it true what you're telling yourself? A hint, it's probably not. But is it true? It's good to remind yourself. And then number four, what's one choice that I could make for myself? What's one step that I could take so that I am making a choice that's more true from me right now, instead of being in my judgment? Make that choice for yourself. What's that one choice, that action I can take? Inspired action. You have to move your body, your intention out into your space, out into the world, okay? So I want to invite you to make sure that you get out for a walk, calm your mind, clean up things that aren't working for you. It's a great time to relook at your finances and make some new choices about it during the Mercury retrograde. You want to get in line with correct evaluating, and are you doing what's right and true for you? Are you manifesting what it is that you really want to be manifesting? All right, I thank you so much for being with me today, and feel free to put any of your comments down in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them, and I look forward to being again with you soon.